Hello, this is Caitlin Ely. I'm presenting a phonics lesson plan for LED 3040 Balanced Literacy for Primary Grades. My objective for this particular lesson plan is to know the spelling sounds for and the correspondence for common consonant digraphs like sh, sh says sh, like in the word she, or shop, shave. And CH is another one, and chain, cheese, church. WH, wah, like in the words what or in, when. TH, like in the words this or that. And it's important for students to know these digraphs at this point because it'll help them to code bigger words later on, which is going to help them become more fluent readers. So to start the lesson off, we'd review the concept that we've already covered. And for this lesson, we're going to review segmenting sounds in a word. So finding the middle sound for a CVC word. And I would start it out by, I guess it would depend on whether your students are transitioning from a different lesson, if you're self-contained class, or if you are coming in from another class. This would be like a bell ringer or transition sheet that you would give them in between lessons or in between classes. So they would work on this quietly while they wait for your lesson to begin. Let me see. So once they've got a couple minutes to finish this and class gets going, I would go over this orally and identify the middle sounds with them. So for example, I would say, okay, we have a picture of a nut. Can you help me find the sound, the middle sound for the word nut? N, t, n, t. What's the first sound? N. What's the middle? So what sound should we have? What letter should we have for the middle sound for nut? U. Good job. And you can continue like that. It shouldn't take long, just a couple minutes, move on, and introduce your lesson. So, as a, you're going to get tickled with this. As a motivation for this particular lesson, I found let me see if I can pull it up, a YouTube video. Jack Hartman Digraphs song. And he's a character, but when my son was in kindergarten, he used to come home singing these all the time. So I don't know why he resonates with children so much, but they tend to love him. So I found one that he did for digraphs. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Digraphs have two letters. Digraphs make one sound. Digraphs have two letters. Digraphs make one sound. Letter S, we say S. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound. Shh, shh, shh. You hear the sh sound in these words. Shake, shake, shake. Shine, shine.
Okay, so that's my motivation. And during that, you can have your students stand up and dance around and sing it and try to introduce them to the common consonant digraphs that they're going to be doing in class, and just kind of get them a little excited about it. You'll be sick of Jack Hartman, but for some reason they really, really like him, so we'll go with it. All right, so for my first activity for this lesson, I would present a diagraph, a word activity. It came from the Florida website and Florida Reading Resource, I think. Might be wrong. But anyway, you're going to give your students a deck of cards of diagraph tiles and sorry, I keep looking for my kids, and of letters, alphabet cards. So I would start by presenting the activity to them and modeling it on a document scanner to my smartboard so they can see me do it, and then I would do one example with them, having them orally help me answer the card and figure out how to spell the word using our consonant digraphs. So you'll pull a card. It's got a picture. This is what? Chin. Chin. So you'll put it down. I don't have a webcam where I can actually show you what I'm doing, so I'll have to hold it up. But ideally, you're going to have this face down so they can place their tile cards under it and spell the word out while they're sounding it out and segmenting the word. So the first sound we hear is ch, ch. What consonant digraph says ch, ch, ch. And it is backwards, but anyway. Ch. I says so you'd put I, and then n, ch, n. And that is how you would complete that activity. You'll have your students record the words as they find them on a piece of paper, and after I've demonstrated it and had them work one picture card with me, I'd pair them off into groups of 2 and have them do it together. That way they can help sound out and segment the word together. And once they've finished their stack of cards, I mean, you might not want to do all of them. It really just depends on your students, their age, and, their ability. You gauge that as their teacher. There's, give them 10 or so to do, and then the second activity we would move on to is called Diagraph Delight Activity, and this also came from the Florida Reading Resource website. Let me pull that out real quick. And once again, I would introduce the activity, and I would model it, and then I would have them work one with me before I either paired them off, or for this one, they would be doing it by themselves. So before I sent them off to do it by themselves, I'm going to model it, get them to do one with me, and then have them do it alone. So, for this one, you are going to have some letter spinners that you need to prepare before time. I printed mine on 3 different colors. I thought that would kind of help them identify the different sounds of the words, and I just like the way it looks. So, printed them and laminated them, and once again, I do not have a document scanner or a webcam that I can move, so you can't see this very good. Ideally, it would be flat. They would have a piece of paper under them, and they would record it as they're spinning. So, you're going to put the digraph down first, consonant digraphs, the vowel letter spinner, and then your ending sound spinner. And you'll have a paper under you with a pencil. You'll spin it. Where did my spinner land? It landed on ch. My vowel. Eh. So we have ch, ch, And this is also going to help students with blending because they need to identify if this is a real word or a nonsense word. So after they've recorded the digraph ch, or technically I guess I'm recording this one, I'd record the digraph on a piece of paper ch, N. Now I have to blend it to see if it is a real word or nonsense word. So ch, chen. Is chen a real word? No. Chen is not a real word. Chin is a real word, but chen is not. So we'll cross that one off and we'll go again. You will have them, when they break off and do it by themselves, their individual work, spin until they create 10 real words. And once again, if that's too much for your students, move it down. If they handle it well, move it up, whatever. Just don't want to make the lesson too long, so try to watch how long you've been going with it. Okay, so once that is completed, I have an activity for my early finishers. Stick this back in. That I put together. This is an outside source supplement material, and I have laminated them. They are clip-it digraphs, consonant digraph sounds. And ideally you want, you might not. I would like to have this in a box where they can grab it quietly. It's something they can work on at their table quietly without interruptions and without any distractions. So you'll have it in a box with your clothespins. And they'll just go through and they'll clip the digraph that they hear in the word. Thumb. Clip it, move on. And they can do this quietly, and hopefully, I mean, they haven't finished long enough to really get through all the cards that you'll have available. So, and for my closure, the lesson I have gotten together a set of boom cards. Sorry, my dogs. I recently found out or heard about boom cards through a teacher friend. Let me see if I can pull them up. And I love them. They can self-evaluate, so you don't have to be there watching to make sure they've done it. If this is something that you want to assign as group work or homework or whatever, computer lab when they go to their enrichments, you can look and see their progress and see where they're struggling, or you can do this as a classroom activity. And for this particular lesson, I'm using it as a closure, so I'm going to do it for a whole group activity or, assessment, more or less. Let me see if I can pull them up real quick to show you what they look like.
Whoops.
That's boom cards. And as you can see, I chose the wrong answer so you can see what will happen. But you'll be going over this orally. I was going to project it onto my smart board or stream it. I'm not really sure how it works. But onto the smart board and do it with them. You can have students go up and do it themselves. Pull and drag and click, submit. And you need to be going over this orally the whole time. Like shelf, what do we hear? What's the first digraph? Or first sound we hear? We hear shh. We know what consonant digraph makes that sound. Which one, class? SH. SH says shh, shh. Click it, pull it, ding, or whichever one they select. And you can kind of get a feel for who really knows it and who doesn't. And I like boom cards a lot. You can also personalize them. You can create your own set to go with the lesson, or if you have a student struggling with one particular thing and not the whole entire lesson, you can create a set of boom cards to just zone in on that particular thing. But anyway, that's how I'd like to close out the lesson. And let's see. Enrichment. Okay, so for your students who are just grasping it right off the bat, no problem. For their enrichment, I found a, let me find it, a highlight. Highlight the digraph and record. So it's a whole paragraph. And they're going to, you'll give them highlighters. You can give them 4 different colors or 1 color, whatever. They'll find the digraph in the paragraph. They will categorize which digraph they have, and they will write the word in the list. And I feel like this is an added challenge because it's a lot of words. I mean, we're not just looking at one, we're looking at a whole paragraph that we're reading and trying to identify. So that would be a little bit of an added challenge for those students. And then for my students who are the opposite, who need more time with the lesson, for my remediations, I found a bag it exercise or activity. Now, ideally, I would like to have paper bags so they can set on their desk and they can see the cards and the digraphs, leaving, standing up. But I don't have them, so for the purpose of this, I'm going to use plastic bags. You can use envelopes, boxes, whatever. But I like the idea of this because you can also use it as an assessment. You can write the students' names on the bags, staple them when they're done, check to see if they got any wrong. And for this lesson, I would have them do this at a later time with either me or a para, whoever is available at that moment or has the time to go over this with them. You're going to give them a stack of picture cards that have consonant digraphs for the words that are represented in the pictures. Let's see. Sorry, it's crazy here. For instance, they'll have a picture. This picture is supposed to represent the word think. What consonant digraph do we have? We know that TH says, so they should place this in this bag. and they'll have words that are represented for every single one, and you can assess it. And for the homework that I'm going to assign for this lesson, I've got a color the digraphs workbook sheet that I will send home, and there you go. As you can see, as you can see, for each different digraph, they'll have a different color that they color, so they'll go through, identify the words, and color it, the coordinating color from the key. And for my special needs children, for the reading disability children, they're going to use these digraph flashcards daily with their with a paraprofessional. She'll go over it, and they'll be given extended time for assignments and for homework. And for my ELL students, same thing, but instead of just going over the cards, they're going to focus on the pronunciation of each digraph, and they will also be given extended time and a pair for testing. So, and I think that covers the entire consonant digraph lesson that I've put together. So, thank you.